Nikki from Jigsaw, based in Soham.
Tell us a little bit about Jigsaw and what it does.
Jigsaw is a company based in Soham that offers recreational fitness classes as well as competitive classes. We do these fitness classes that are dance-based, gymnastics-based, cheer-based, and we offer a variety of classes in age ranges from 1 year old all the way through adult.
Oh, so you've got a fairly extensive age range. How do you cope with all the different ages?
We cope with all the different age ranges by keeping it really fun and positive environment. I think anyone's really happy to have a good time, no matter if you're young or if you're old as well. So we try to keep the very positive vibe and a lot of fun-based learning and just a lot of positivity from our coaches in general.
Your speciality is cheerleading.
Yes, sir, it is.
So tell me a little bit about cheerleading and then tell us where you've come from and why you're the head coach.
So the type of cheerleading that we do here is actually competitive all-star cheerleading. So it's slightly different from the typical idea of what you think cheerleading is. We don't use pom-poms. In fact, all-star cheerleading is highly acrobatic. It's also a lot of stunts, people being thrown in the air, tumbling, and different things. So I have been working as a cheerleading coach for going on 8 years now. I have been cheerleading myself for about 15 years, and I have held an International All-Star Federation certification since 2008. So this is just some pretty extensive coaching training I've gone through to be able to teach the kids safely and to stay within our rule levels and guidelines, because each cheerleading team is sanctioned under a different level and rule guideline.
Okay, we've seen that you do a lot of stretches and warm-ups and all the rest of it before you get into the serious stuff of throwing each other around. But is it actually quite dangerous to do?
It is actually very dangerous to do. So referring back to the IASF certification that I've got, basically it's very, very important, because it is so dangerous, for our coaches to be highly trained, to know how to protect our athletes and how to teach them safely to protect each other as well, because kids are getting tossed in the air and people are doing flips, and there's always a level of danger involved with that.
So just finally then, to get the athletes to where they are now, do they have to go through like a gymnastics or a tumbling session?
They do have to go through a gymnastics or a tumbling session. All of our athletes that are currently on our competition squads participate in not only their team practice, but fitness as well, and tumbling as well. So as a company, we offer gymnastics classes, which will utilize things like beam and floor. And tumbling is slightly different, because that would be tumbling on counts with another person tumbling just like you, because those are things we score on in cheerleading, synchronization of tumbling. So that's the variation we get. So all of our kids are highly encouraged to go to our tumbling classes as opposed to our gymnastics, just because we're able to time, and that's how we hit those high marks when the judges are scoring us.
Now also within Jigsaw you do something called Sekani. Tell me what Sekani is.
Sekani is the dance portion of our company. So when we compete, our cheerleading teams compete under the name Affinity, and our dance teams compete under the name Sekani. So under Sekani we've got hip hop teams as well as jazz teams, as well as just some recreational classes where people can just come and give it a go, and maybe they're not sure about competing in front of a crowd yet, but they're willing and happy to learn. So we're able to offer a variety of different things on the dance side.
Okay, and again, is that open to all age ranges?
Yes, sir. The youngest age for dance classes is 3 years old, and that's all the way through adult. We've got actually some adult-only classes, so that adults can come in and maybe not be training next to a 5-year-old child or something like that.
And how many times are those classes run here?
Dance classes run several times a week. So throughout the week we'll have a couple of different recreational classes as well as our competition teams practicing as well.
Okay. I saw around the corner there that you have lots of tyres and things set up. Tell us a little bit about what goes on around there.
So we have some boys in our gym, and actually some girls as well, that love to do something called free running, which is something that's sort of taking over all of England, America. It's a really big thing going on right now where people are actually just using tires and fences and sidewalks and poles to learn flips and to jump over things, and they're just turning the environment around them into a place where they can flip and mold things into kind of their own style of tumbling that they'd like to do. So what we've been able to do is set up something at the side of our gym that plays to that plays to the aesthetic of how can I turn my environment into a place that I can run and jump and flip and push myself beyond sort of what I thought I would be comfortable with doing.
I mean, we've seen them doing it. I mean, it looks quite dangerous. What do you do to teach them to make sure that it's not, you know, they're not going to do themselves so much harm?
That goes back to really well-trained coaches. So the main thing that we want to start off with is making sure that we're teaching really proper technique, so that if you were wanting to do this flip on a matted floor, you could do it, or if you wanted to do this flip out on the cement, you could do it as well, because you've got the proper technique and you've been taught the correct way. So both of our coaches that work with our parkour boys were gymnasts themselves, free runners themselves, are even working as stuntmen in movies, so have some pretty good knowledge about how to keep yourself safe while doing all of that.
So everyone at Jigsaw, they've received some sort of certification to teach to do all these different things?
Yes, sir. All of our coaches are certified in whatever aspect of the gym they coach. So all of our cheerleading coaches are certified through an international cheerleading company, and our other coaches that work with tumbling or gymnastics are all certified under a tumbling or gymnastics certification, so on and so forth. All of our coaches are certified in their particular area.
So I can hear they're getting back to training again, so I won't keep you. Just if anybody wants to know any more details, how can they find out?
Currently the best way to find details is through Facebook. If you are able to search Jigsaw Dance Company or Affinity Cheerleading, you'll be able to contact a member of our administration through either of those pages.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Lee, for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.